The Apple Watch Ultra has a lot of amazing features that most users don't even know about. And so in today's video, I'm going to go ahead and share with you 42 amazing hidden features that the Apple Watch Ultra can do. And yes, some of these would apply on other Apple Watches, but this one strongly will be focused on the Ultra 2nd generation. So as we get started, timestamps and everything will be in the description down below for your pleasure. So the first one is name dropping, as well as the capability to complete a transaction without having the other person contact information. So with name dropping, if you like to exchange contact information, it's as easy as simply just tapping your Apple Watch on their iPhone or another Apple Watch. And this will automatically exchange contact information. If you like to make sure this is set up on your watch, simply just go into your Apple Watch settings. From settings, scroll down into the general tab and go down to AirDrop. By selecting AirDrop, just make sure start sharing by bringing device together is enabled, because if you read the information, it does say this will allow you to exchange contact information as well as complete Apple Pay. And now to get started with Apple Tap to Cash, simply double tap the power button on your Apple Watch. It'll bring up your credit card information and select your Apple Cash instead. And then from here, scroll down where it says Tap to Cash, click on here, make sure it's linked to your bank account of choice, and then select the number amount, tap continue, and then your watch is now able to support tap to cash and double tap to confirm. And now you simply just tap your device on another iPhone or an Apple Watch and you'll complete a transaction without having to trade or exchange contact information like you do on other money transaction apps. Now the double tap gesture has been available ever since the Series 9, the Ultra 2, and also the Series 10 has this ability. Originally, I wasn't too wowed upon using this feature or having this feature when Apple first announced it, but over time, it definitely does come in handy, especially with the new Smart Stack as well. This allows you to navigate your Apple Watch hands-free when necessary, as well as open up some notifications, but it's also very handy to use whenever you have your hands full and there's an incoming call you don't want to miss. You can simply just pinch your fingers like so, and it will automatically answer that call. You can also dismiss alarms, so not a bad feature right here. And it's customizable. Because if we go back into our Apple Watch settings, in the setting homepage, if you scroll down and look for the gesture tab, right here, here's where you could decide to enable it or disable it if you don't like it. But if you scroll down, you have the ability to customize the double tap gesture for your media. As an example, for your playback, you could pause and play. Instead of that, you could allow it to skip, track, instead of advancing to the selection. You can also do select. If a notification pops up and you do the double tap gesture, it will actually open up the body to the notification. And then if you have an Apple Vision Pro, you can enable this so that when you're wearing this and you're doing those hand movements to navigate through the Apple Vision, by enabling this, it will ignore the double tap gesture so you don't falsely activate certain things on your watch. But if you have an Ultra 1 Apple Watch, there's a clever workaround to enable this, as it functions almost similarly. You see, by going into that Apple Watch settings and going into accessibility, in the accessibility, look for quick actions. And from there, just turn it on. And now you have double tap abilities as well. Now, thanks to the latest watchOS firmware update, the Ultra 2 can now play music utilizing its internal speakers. So to demonstrate how that works, if we launch like the music app, it also works with third-party apps like Spotify, but you have to have the premium. So like some podcast apps will also work this way as well. But if we launch music as an example and we tap play, it's playing the music directly from the external speakers, as you could hear right now. Now I'm going to immediately lower that because I don't want to be copyrighted, but that's pretty cool, and also works on some other third-party apps as well. You can also find your volume control setting right here, where you could adjust the audio regardless of what you're doing in the control center in the speaker icon. Now real quick, if you've been getting a lot of useful information out of this video, if you could take 2 seconds to hit that like button on like, that would be truly appreciated, because I like to keep this channel driven by you guys, the viewers, which is why you don't see integrated brands like a VPN or some ad sponsorship in the middle of my videos. So by hitting that like button on like, allows me to continue making these type of ad-free videos without sponsorship. So thank you to those that hit that like button on like and continue supporting the channel. Let's carry on. Now, if you ever misplace your iPhone, of course, if you launch the Find My shortcut in your control center, you can use precision finding to help locate your smartphone. So long as your iPhone has the ultra wide band chip, you can utilize precision finding, which will tell you if you're getting closer or further away from your phone in case you misplace it somewhere. But a cool trick that works on every device is by toggling the flash on your smartphone when you're trying to locate it. So if we launch Control Center and we long hold the Find My Phone option, it'll actually toggle the flash, so it could help aid you locating in case you misplace it in a dark room. But in case you don't see this tool on your control center, just scroll down and tap edit, and just tap the plus icon if you don't see it. And then also you can also rearrange these icons around, so you can move it up to your like top row if you want to, like I do. But let's say, for example, you misplaced your Apple Watch. Well, don't worry, your iPhone can actually locate it as well. You see, in the Control Center tab, if you look all the way to the very bottom, there's a little icon which, when toggled, will play sound on the Apple Watch to allow you to locate it faster. And if you don't see this, just enter wiggle mode, tap edit, and just look for a watch. And you just see a little pin watch icon, and just tap it, and you'll have it in your Control Center layout. But if you accidentally misplace your iPhone and you're having a hard time finding your Apple Watch at all, then there's another clever walk around in case you really have messed up and misplaced your Apple Watch, where you could toggle the heart rate sensor to help locate it. For that, you need to launch the Find My native app on your iPhone or any Apple device, and then just be sure to select the Apple Watch and select play sound. And this will cause the watch to not only vibrate, but also toggle the heart rate flash sensor. Yeah, once you find it, of course, just pick it up and hit dismiss. Now, the night shift mode WatchFace is exclusive to the Apple Watch Ultra in general, as you'll find it in the Wayfinder WatchFace, which we have right here, as well as the Modular Duo, which is this one right here. By selecting edit and you go into the bezels, you have access to training, elevation data, or depth data, even seconds, or have none. But on the next tab is where you can select between night mode to be automatic or off in general, or on at all times. And the beauty about night mode is that red ring is scientifically proven to be able to allow you to maintain your night vision. So if you're in a low light environment or outdoors or something like that, you don't want a big flashy screen to reset your night vision. By viewing this screen at night, that allows you to maintain it and is less of a distraction, especially when you're driving. And I really do like the auto feature because this will automatically toggle automatically, so you don't have to manually go into anything and rotate digital crown like you used to, just to automatically switch and transition to the night mode watch face. But when it comes to overall brightness, the Ultra 2 can go up to 3000 nits, which makes the Ultra 2 the brightest Apple Watch available in the market, which is ideal for outdoor situations in case you're underneath the sun, it's broad daylight, you know, there's a lot of glare and such. This amount of brightness is more than enough that allows you to see the screen regardless on lighting condition. But those screen sensors are not just used for night tracking purposes, as this could also allow you to track your sunlight exposure. You see, if you wish to enable this functionality, it's as easy as simply just going into your Apple Watch settings and go into privacy and security. I know it's kind of weird, but trust me on this, it's kind of cool. In privacy and security, look for the health tab. In here, look for time in daylight. Enable this, and now it's utilizing the screen sensors. So now if we go ahead and launch the health app, tap on the browse tab on the very bottom and go into mental well-being. And right here, you'll see how much time you've been exposed to daylight, automatically logged in, so you can see if you need to be outdoors more or not. Now, the Apple Watch Ultra has the largest battery found on any Apple Watch. And thanks to that, this Apple Watch can actually go up to 72 hours under a single charge. And to have quick access to the battery low power mode, it's as easy as simply just launching the control center, tap the battery percentage, and enable low power mode from here. Which by doing that, and we hit turn on, you will see like a little yellow ring telling you that you are in low power mode, which means your background apps, your notifications are coming in less frequently and it's not checking as often as it should, as well as other fitness tracking sensors are slowly tracking, not as consistent as possible. So by enabling this, that's all you really need to worry about, and you can simply transition out of low power mode just like so. But by default, it's rated that Apple Watch should be able to last you up to 36 hours, depending on your active use. But for me, I'm able to get almost about a day and a half, no problem, sometimes up to 2 days, easily without needing to actually charge. And then when it comes to ringtones, we finally have the ability to finally change the ringtone on the Apple Watch. So if you haven't done this yet, I highly recommend going into your Apple Watch settings, and in the very main page right here, there we go, go into Sound and Haptics. In the Sound and Haptic tab, you can select between different ringtones that are pre-made and ready for you to select from. I'm always surprised whenever my notification goes up and someone hears it, and they always ask me what kind of Apple Watch that is. And don't worry, if you don't have reception or if you have LTE activated on your Apple Watch, offline Siri is now fully compatible on the Ultra, which means regardless of what you're doing, you can always have access to Siri to do simple tasks such as start a workout, launch a certain music, and etc. without needing a reception or a Wi-Fi connection on your Apple Watch. And that leads me to the next feature too, because the Ultra 2 has LTE built in for free at no additional cost, as LTE is standard for this hefty price tag, which I'm glad it is. It's just you as the owner if you wish to activate it or not. I personally have it deactivated because my phone's usually always around me. So no need to add an additional $10 a month to my cellular plan. Now the Apple Car Key is my favorite feature. Whenever my phone is acting funny or I don't have my key fob on me and I like to have quick access to my car. So as time makes this video, very few cars support this, but if you have a BMW, just launch the BMW app and you should see a add digital card to your Apple Watch feature. And then it's going to be firstly added to your phone. So by double tapping the power button, it will activate your Apple wallets, of course. And from here, you'll be able to find your digital car key. But if it's not on your Apple Watch, you need to launch the Apple Watch app and scroll down to Wallet and Apple Pay. And then from here, scroll down until you find your vehicle's card right there and just tap Add. And from there, you should be able to see it. And you will notice that you have the ability to not only have access to your car, you can also wirelessly unlock it, honk the horn, and etc. Definitely does make your life a lot easier. Now, as time making this video, these are all the compatible cars that support on BMW side, but from my understanding, Genesis, as well as some Kia cars now support this. I'm pretty sure in the near future, more manufacturers will support this as well. So a quick Google search will give you the answer if your new vehicle has this capability. But the likelihood does seem like it's compatible now on more manufacturers than ever before. And you can enable it so you can just simply walk up to your car without having to tap on the door handle or anything like that. So if you forget your phone and all you have is your smartwatch and no key fob on your person, you can just literally walk up to your car and it will unlock and allow you to drive off. Now we all know the digital crown is located right here. It's protected, the power button, but inside over here is your action button, which is an exclusive button that's only available on the Ultra models. But by long holding, this allows you to quickly switch between these other different shortcuts you have access to right here on the go. So you no longer have to use the Apple Watch app just to quickly switch between it. You just need a long press. And yes, you could customize it if you use the shortcut app right here and create like a custom shortcut to like launch a third-party app or something like that as an example. Even remotely open your garage if you're using the MyQ or other smart garage openers. Now with the smart stack on these newer Apple Watches, have access to it by just moving the digital crown up like so. You'll have access to your smart stacks, which do support live activity tracking too. So if you do like an online order to like Domino's or something like that, you could track the progress on your screen. But a feature that the smart stack has is the capability to ID songs as you're just casually going around your day. And to demonstrate how this works, if I bring in like another device that's not connected to the Apple Watch and I tap play, while it's playing music, a new window will pop up. If you scroll down, it recognizes music. You can tap right here and it will quickly ID the song. And just like that, ID the song. It's a much better method than verbally requesting Siri to identify the song you're listening to, you know. So you can simply just add it to your Apple Music right here. And if that music ID isn't working for you to automatically be enabled, to turn this on in case it's not working for you, back in your Apple Watch settings, scroll down to privacy right here in the privacy security. And then scroll down to microphone. And then on the very bottom, you'll see a little tab that says music detection. Enable that, and now you have that function working. Now, if you have a hard time pronouncing people's name, like I do sometimes, you can have your Apple Watch read out loud the text. Now, this is a feature that's disabled by default. If you like to have this freedom, go back in your Apple Watch settings, and then scroll down to the accessibility tab. In the accessibility tab, scroll down to live speak. Here it is. Go in, enable this, and now if you read, it says triple tap the digital crown will take you to live speak. So by tapping the digital crown 3 times, here we have the live speak functionality. You can simply tap on it, and it also saves back some of your recent ones. So in case it's the name you got to pronounce again, you can just do that. And here, just literally use scribbles to type it in, or select the microphone icon to switch to like a keyboard as an example, or even scribbles. Now, fun fact, I recently met somebody whose name was Enversa or something like that. It was on a piece of paper. I didn't want to butcher their name, so I was able to launch this. Enversa. And I was able to pronounce the name like that. Now, another cool hidden feature is the ability to receive FaceTime voice memos. In case you missed a voice memo call, they're able to now leave you a digital voice memo and you can play it off the wrist of your watch. Now, if you have a passcode on your Apple Watch, you could have it so your iPhone could unlock your Apple Watch. This way you don't go throughout the day realizing later on that this entire time your watch was locked, which is why you were not getting all your notifications, as well as why it wasn't tracking everything. If you wish to enable this feature, because you're more likely to unlock your iPhone, not your watch, on a daily basis automatically without even thinking about it, you need to launch the Apple Watch app. You need to go into the passcode tab, unlock your watch, and then from there, enable unlock with iPhone. And now you're set. You can also have it so that your watch could also unlock your iPhone if you want to switch it around as well. That bit is optional. I don't really recommend it, but you can. So just launch your iPhone settings, and then go down into passcode and Face ID. Just go ahead and sign in and go down until you find unlock with watch, and then select the correct Apple Watch, and it has that ability as well. You can also do a very similar thing on your Mac computer as well. Just go into system settings, go into your password and security tab, and then scroll down until you find the Apple Watch of choice and enable it from there. So when you're within Bluetooth range, it will also unlock your Mac computer. Now, if you use always on display, but you're not a huge fan how your complications are like always showing, so the next person next to you can literally see how many steps you have walked and such. If you don't like sharing that much information, that's just an example. It could be other complications as well. But there's a way you can actually hide complications to only go off when you're viewing your screen. So if you'd like to enable that, quickly go into your Apple Watch settings. In here, go into the display tab, display and brightness, and then scroll down to always on. In always on, go down where it says show complication data when wrist is down. Select here. You can enable it or disable it. So now all your complications, if your screen is on always on display, won't show. But if you like to keep certain ones, you can enable it and then manually select the apps you don't want that have that ability. Now, some of these watch faces have some interesting hidden features. You see, if we switch to like the Wayfinder watch face as an example, it took me like a year later to figure this out. By tapping the outer ring, you can switch between the elevation, or you can switch between like the minutes. And it's not just that watch face, the chronograph also has a hidden feature as well. But if you like to see the complete list of watch faces with hidden functions, that'll be this video right there. I also have that linked in the description down below. Now, whenever you start a workout on your Apple Watch, if you just tap on the timer, he'll quickly bypass it and immediately start. And then a double tap will allow you to create different segments if you're running like laps and such. So those are some cool tricks right there. And then when it comes to offline map support, you could have it install on the Apple Watch as well as create custom routes. It's as easy as just quickly launching the map app on your iPhone and then go into maps. And what you want to do is tap on your profile picture and then select offline maps. And you can tap download a new map, which will take you to this page where you can enter a location and use the square to like make it bigger or smaller, and then just hit download and it'll give you the exact measurement of the storage it will take up. But once you tap done, allow it to offload and then enable sync with Apple Watch. And now every time when you dock your Apple Watch every night, that offload map that we've created will be saved on the Apple Watch. And then in addition to that, back on the iPhone, if you tap on library, this is where you go in and create some offload routes, guides, places, as well as pin. So in routes, you can literally create a new route, all custom, and it'll also be stored offline on the Apple Watch this way as well. Now, topograph support is actually supported on the Apple Watch. So if you're on a hill or something like that, just zoom in and you'll see like topograph lines. In addition to that, this outer ring, whenever you're just casually viewing stuff, is an estimate how long it will take you to walk to that ring. So you use the zoom functionality to get a general understanding how long a hike will take. Now, the Apple Watch Ultra does have a built-in depth sensor, which means as soon as the Apple Watch is submerged in water, it will automatically launch the water depth sensor app, which is quite cool. But this also works with third-party apps as well. If you download like the Oceanic Plus app, you can also switch it up if you want to customize it. Just when you add a third-party app you like to swap it to, you do have to go in the settings and manually enable it. And just scroll down into the General tab and look for Auto Launch. And then from here, look for the depth and you can select the third-party app you installed. Now, if you ever need to have quick access to a web browser, you can just verbally just say, Siri, google.com, and it's gonna give you two options, and you can literally just tap and it'll launch WebKit, which will give you quick access to a web browser. And yeah, you could basically navigate through here using dictation, search, and just the Apple Watch as a little portable web browser. Now, the Apple Watch Ultra does have a massive screen, which allows you to not only utilize the WebKit a little bit better than other Apple Watches. By launching the camera app, it will automatically launch the camera app on your iPhone, and you can use this screen as like a quick little viewfinder. And you can simply just tap record and recording. But a clever thing you can do with this is you can use the Apple Watch this way as like a baby monitor. So you can monitor your kid right there off your wrist. And then if you long hold the action button and just continue long holding even though you get to this screen, it'll take you to the SOS tab, which allows you to have access to the siren, which this thing can go up to 86 decibels, which is extremely loud. And it detects and it knows if you're indoors or outdoors. So if you're indoors and you enable that, it's not going to be as loud, but when it's outdoors, it's going to get super loud. But in addition to that, you can set it up so you have your medical ID also being displayed here. And you can also toggle your backtracking ability, which I used a lot, especially during those random hikes. It'll utilize the internal compass that it has with GPS and such. So you can use backtrack ability. But if you'd like to have your medical ID located right there, just quickly launch the health app on your phone and select on your profile. And you'll see a medical ID section. Fill it up and it'll be automatically added to your Apple Watch. Now for these final ones, these are some last bonuses. In case you don't know how to operate the gestures on your Apple Watch, a double tap on digital crown will allow you to activate App Switcher. A double tap on the power button will bring up your Apple Pay wallets. A single tap will take you to Control Center. And if there's an app that's acting funny, just long hold until you get to the power button screen and then long hold on digital crown, and that will automatically force close that app in case it was bugged. And then long holding, of course, will give you access to your like WatchFace library, but if you like to rearrange it, simply just hold down and you can rearrange it like so. And then over here, you'll see a share icon because you can share your watch faces with friends and family. So if a friend asks you what watch face it is, you can literally just tap this and you could just select your contact information and you could send them that exact watch face. And you could decide if you want to include your complications or not, if you're using like third-party apps or something like that. For some reason it's not loading, but it's really easy to walk you through everything automatically. There we have it. Those are all the amazing things you could do with the Apple Watch Ultra 2nd Gen. Let me know which one of these features was your favorite. And if there's ones that you personally like to add, like possibly an honorable mention would be the remote app allows you to control your smart TV if compatible, but your Apple TV all off your wrist. I forgot to mention that earlier, but if there's additional features that we might have overlooked, feel free to comment down below for the rest of us. But other than that, thank you so much for watching. But real quick, if you wish to watch more, maybe you'd like to learn some cool tips and tricks and hidden features that Apple CarPlay has to offer, I go more in detail in this video over there, as well as I show you a quick walk around how you could disable the auto play ability whenever you get in your car. I show you all that and more in there. Thank you so much for watching.